Hello, we're going to talk about minimal pairs in voice today. So we have the verb carried here. So what tense is carried in? It's in past simple tense, yes. Right? And is it active or passive? To look into that, we're gonna think about it this way. Did we put carry in the tense, or did we put be carried, the BPP form, in the tense? Yes, of course we put carry in the form, so it should be active voice, right? So what we want to do here is we're going to make a minimal pair of carried. So we're going to use the same tense but in passive voice. So how do we do that? So we're going to leave the same tense form, but we're going to put a different base form. So this time, instead of putting carry, we're gonna put be carried in the tense slot. So what does it become? So it becomes was or were carried, right? So these two verbs can be called minimal pairs because everything is same, but the only difference is the voice, right? Everything's the same but voice. All right, so let's think about the meaning here. Carry means 옮기다, right? So past simple version of 옮기다 is 옮겼다. How about be carried? What does it mean? Be carried has the passive meaning, so it is 옮겨지다. So what's the past simple form of 옮겨지다? It's 옮겨졌다. Okay, so was, were carried means 옮겨졌다. Okay, let's move down one to the next verb. Here we have been used. So first thing we need to do here is, what tense is this verb? The tense is, do you see here? Have PP, right? Do you see the have PP form going on here? Okay, what is this tense called? It is called present perfect. Okay, now we're gonna decide if it's active or passive. How do we do that? Yes, we're gonna look into here. We're gonna see if we put use here or be used here. What do you think? Yes, we put be used in the tense form. So it is in passive voice. What does it mean? So be used means 사용. What does use mean? Use means 사용하다. So be used means 사용되다. Right? So have been used means 사용되어 왔다. Because the have PP form, present perfect tense, means from the past, finished now, right? Okay. Let's move on to make minimal pair of this one. So what's the minimal pair of have been used? We should have the same tense but different voice. We should have the same tense. The tense is have pp, have pp tense. So the verb should start with have. And this time we need to put, instead of be used, of course we're gonna put use in the bracket. So what does it become? What's the pp form of use? It's of course used, right? So have used is the minimal pair of have been used, right? It has the same present perfect tense but in active voice. So what does have used mean? Use means 사용하다. So have used means 사용해왔다. Because have pp, present perfect tense, means from the past, finished now. Okay, let's move down one to will enjoy. So we have will enjoy here, will and base form. I think we put enjoy here. Right? So the tense we have here is will and base form. Right? So it is, of course, future simple tense. And it is active because we put enjoy instead of be enjoyed here, right? So what does it mean? It means, of course, enjoy means 즐기다. So will enjoy means 즐길 것이다. Right? So let's make a minimal pair version of this. So we're gonna use same future simple tense here. So we need will and base form. Will and base form. But here, instead of putting enjoy, we're gonna put be enjoyed because it should be in passive meaning, right? So what does it become? Yes, it becomes will be enjoyed because the slot here is where we put base form, right? So it became future simple tense and passive voice. What does it mean? Be enjoyed means 즐겨지다. So will be enjoyed means 즐겨질 것이다. Okay? Let's move to the right side here. We have was carrying. It's actually was ing form. What tense is this? It is past continuous. Right? Is it in active or passive? What do you think? So what did we put here? We put carry here, right? So it should mean active meaning, right? What does it mean? Carry means 옮기다. So 옮기다 in passive continuous. What does it mean? 옮기고 있었다. Because was ing means like this, right? Something that was going on in the past. Okay, let's make minimal pair of this verb. So we still need to have the was ing going on here. Was ing. So at this time, what difference do we have to make? Again, instead of using carry, we're going to use be carried because we need to have the passive meaning, right? Be carried means, of course, 옮겨지다. So what happens if we put be carried in the ing slot? It becomes being carried, right? Okay, so it's in the same past continuous tense, but it's in passive voice. So what does was being carried mean? So it started from 옮겨지다, right? So it becomes 옮겨지고 있었다, because was ing means something that was happening in the past moment. Okay, let's move down one. We have been being used. It looks very complicated, but it's easy. Okay, what tense is this? It looks like have been ing, right? So it's have been ing. Do you know what this is called? It's called present perfect continuous, right? What do you think the voice this is? It's in, yes. Did we put use here or be used here? Looks like we put be used here, right? So it should be in the passive meaning. Be used means 사용되다, right? So have been being used should mean 사용되어 오고 있다. So it's a little bit complicated and tricky. It's a complicated tense. Have been ing means from the past till now and still going on. So 사용되어 오고 있다 is the meaning of the verb have been being used, right? Let's make the minimal pair of this one. We need to have the same tense, which is have been ing. And at this time, we're going to use, instead of be used, we're going to use use. Use, of course, means 사용하다, right? So the minimal pair becomes have been using, right? It's in the same present perfect continuous tense, but in active voice, right? Okay, let's move down one. Oh, you have been using means 사용해 오고 있다. Have been ing have the meaning that's like this. From the past till now and still going on. Okay, the last one, will be enjoy. Looks like we have will be ing form, right? Will be ing form. It is future continuous tense. And it's in active voice. Because what we have here is enjoy, right? Okay. The future continuous tense means the thing that's going on, that will be going on in the future, right? So enjoy means 즐기다. So will be enjoying means 즐기고 있을 것이다. Okay, let's make the minimal pair of this. The tense should be the same. The tense here is what? Will be ing. So the answer should be will be. Now instead of putting enjoy here, we need to put be enjoyed here. Right? Be enjoyed, of course, means 즐겨지다. So the answer should be will be being enjoyed. It's very difficult, right? Enjoyed. So will be being enjoyed means what? It has the same tense, future continuous. But in passive voice, right? So we're gonna start with this meaning, 즐겨지다. If we apply future continuous meaning there, it becomes 즐겨지고 있을 것이다. Right? Okay. Let's move down to minimal pairs in voice 2. Now we have a familiar kind of test form here. We have selection test. So let's make a minimal pair and we're gonna choose what's the right answer here. Okay? So we have hired here. So what tense is this? Yes, it's past simple, right? Past simple tense. And what did we put here? What base form did we put here? Yes, higher. We put higher in here. So after this slash, we're gonna need a minimal pair, right? So it should have the same past simple tense, but we need to put the base form be hired here, right? So what does it become? The subject is she, so we should start with was hired, right? So we have the same past simple tense, but the left one is active and the right one is in passive voice, right? So what does hired mean exactly? Hired means 고용하다, of course. And be hired means 고용되다. Right? So hired is the passive, past simple form of 고용하다. So 고용했다. Right? Do you see what happens here? Base form to past simple. and it's in active voice, right? So we need to do the same to think about the meaning of was hired. It starts with 고용되다 and it becomes 고용되었다, right? So we still have the same past simple tense but in passive meaning. So what do you think the right answer is here? She hired or was hired as a manager. 그녀는 고용했다 매니저로서. 그녀는 고용되었다 매니저로서. Do you see the answer here? Yes, the answer is was hired, right? So don't just guess the answer in the test like this, okay? What you need to do is exactly like this. We're gonna think about the tense and the voice. Tense and voice. Then you're gonna have the exact meaning of the selection. Then you're gonna naturally have the correct answer, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. She is teaching. So what's the minimal pair of is teaching? So is teaching has this is ing tense, which is present continuous, right? And I guess we have teach here, right? So we have the active voice. So what's the minimal pair? You still need to have is ing, the same form. But at this time, we're gonna put be taught, right? So minimal pair should be is being taught. Is being taught. Right, now we have present continuous tense and passive voice. So what does each verb mean? So teach means 가르치다. So is teaching means 가르치고 있다. Be taught means 가르쳐지다. So is being taught means 가르쳐지고 있다. Right? So which one is the correct answer? 그녀는 가르치고 있다, 가르쳐지고 있다, 스페인어. Yes, it's the left one, right? Okay, let's move on to here. We have a sentence that goes, both teams were fighting for the football. Okay, so when we are reading, what I want you to do is to be exact in your translation, right? So don't just say 싸웠다, 싸운다. You can have the understanding of the sentence, but it is not correct actually, right? So what I want to do here is we're going to think about the tense and the voice at the same time. So the verb here is were fighting. And as we can see here, we have were and ing form. So what tense is this? It's in past continuous tense and it's in active voice because it has fight in the verb, right? So fight is 싸우다. So were fighting means 싸우고 있었다. Right? So this is a little bit simple, so you might not think this is important, but this is very important when you start learning English. Don't ignore this. Okay? So we need to be 100% correct in your translation. Okay, next one. His hard work was being rewarded. We have the verb here. So where do you think the circle go? Circle will go here, right? Because we have was and ing tense, which is past continuous, but it's in active or passive. What do you think? Yes, it looks like we have be reworded in the verb, right? So it's in passive form. Reward means 보상하다. So be rewarded means 보상되다. So was being rewarded means 보상되고 있었다. Right? So if you came up with 보상했다, 보상되었다, these kind of translation are not correct. Okay, what we need to do is a 100% correct translation. Okay, so for the last time, let's make minimal pairs one more time then. So what's the minimal pair of were fighting? Yes, it is were being fought. It looks a little bit weird, but it is correct. Were ing, but BPP in the verb. Okay, so now what's the minimal pair of was being reworded? It's was rewording, right? Was ing, the same tense, but at this time we put reword. So it's the minimal pair. Okay, so that's it for today. Good job, everyone.